Hey guys, Kevin here with Texas Veteran Lawn Service. So we're going to open up this box right here, and we received a Sulky, single wheel Sulky for our Kubota WG series 36-inch walk behind. And so I purchased this guy, bought it on Amazon, and we got it from, let's take a look here. It just came in today. It was supposed to be here Thursday, so it's 2 days early. So we got it from Bradley Mowers on the Amazon Marketplace, and I paid $184.99. That covered the shipping and everything, tax, all that stuff. So we got the MS2006N one-wheel Sulky lift and latch. So if you're out mowing and you're in an area to where you don't need the Sulky, so you just raise it up and it latches in place, and then you go on and do your deal, and then when you get back to open area, drops back down, and on you go. So, alright, let's go ahead and get started. Let's open this box up here. Let's see here. Let's get this camera going here. Alright. Okay, so the last mower I had, it had a two-wheel Sulky. Now, I bought the Encore 36-inch walk behind, which is my first walk behind, and bought a Sulky at that time, which is my first Sulky. I didn't care for it too much because that was the first one, and I was trying to mow too fast, and I got uncomfortable, and then 2 hours later I returned the machine, and anyways, but since then I just bought this Kubota. I've taken my time doing the walk behind, and I learned that going slower is actually better, because the machine's cutting better. You're only having to cut one row at a time. You have to go back and recut something you might have missed if you traveled a little faster with the zero turn, or maybe on number 2 or number 3 speed on the walk behind. So I'm learning to be a little patient because really I'm actually saving time. But okay, so on this package here we have it's pretty good packaging, thick box. Really like the way it came in. FedEx delivered it. They did a great job. It's fairly heavy, but not too bad. Alright, so we got a box here. It looks like it's probably got some parts in it or something. Let's see here what we got. Here we go. Guys, when you have the right kind of equipment, when you're in the lawn business, a couple things happen. One, you can either cut the lawn and it looks a lot better and in a shorter amount of time. So I'm always upgrading my equipment to get more of what I'm needing. Looks like, okay, here's the bracket that goes on the mower. And so this is kind of neat. Here's that little latch I was telling you about. There's probably a little plate. Oh, we got some parts in here. We got some bolts and washers and lock nuts. Alright, let's put this guy in there. Definitely want to install that on the mower today. It's been raining all week, so we can't mow. So what I've done today is I fixed the wiring issue on the trailer on this truck. The wire had got cut somehow, so we ended up installing a new trailer wire, so that way the trailer was getting the proper signals from the different turn lights, brake lights, and things like that. I'm lucky not to have gotten a ticket. It's been like that for months. Alright, so here's the part that goes on. Looks like it connects right here. Goes on right there, and then here's that little latch that latches in place. Oh, that's going to be awesome. So that's pretty cool. You always want to make sure that your equipment, your wiring, your the wire harness, the trailer, everything is how it's supposed to be, so you don't go out there and get a ticket and spend your hard-earned money on some ticket that you could have avoided if you would have just fixed it to begin with. Holy cow, this thing's heavy. But when it's heavy, that means it's going to last forever. So definitely good. Let's put all this trash back here. Alright, here we go. Mower Sulky. So this is kind of cool. Here we got the it's a one-wheel Sulky and all the different parts and the name of them. This would be pretty good. You want to hold on to this, so if you need to order parts, you know exactly what you need to be ordering. So we're going to keep this along with the receipt and the packing list inside the truck. So, I'm sorry, inside our file box, so that way we don't lose that. Okay, so check this out. This is pretty darn cool. This thing is huge. This has got to fit a size, gosh, 15 size shoe maybe. Definitely looks like it's super heavy duty. We've got a serial number right here, which is pretty neat. Serial number there, so that's good. Model number, and it's a US, so this is patent. So, you know, they spent some time and money to get it going and looking pretty good and solid. And they said, hey, you know, let's spend some money to really protect our investment. And that's what a lot of companies do. If they're going to patent something, they're going to spend money, and when they really know they got a good product, they're going to patent it. So obviously these guys got a good product. Now, I wanted to give the single wheel Sulky a chance because I've had the two-wheel before, and the two-wheel I felt like sorry about that. I felt like I had whenever you would control the left and the right hydraulic system, and you would go, or the belt-driven system, you would go. The two-wheel would just respond too much, too quick. It was just too busy. So I got the single wheel, and I'm thinking it's not going to be as sensitive. That's probably the word I'm looking for. It's not going to be as sensitive to that turn. It's going to be a little smoother going. When you're going over bumps, it's going to be a single motion, where if you're going in the lawn and there could be two bumps, for example, two dips, and it could be, a dip would be on one wheel, as soon as you got out, the next one, dip. So you're going to feel less, you're going to travel over less dips because you're only using one wheel. So there's going to be a little bit of elimination there. Plus I really like this design here. The platform on this guy is considerably larger than the two-wheel Sulky that I had. Now, I don't remember what brand I had on the two-wheel Sulky, and I didn't even do a video on it, but I should have. But this is huge. I wear a size 12, 12 and a half shoe, and this is pretty good. I really like that. You got room, you got protection up in the front, and you got holes in here for drainage. You know, when it's raining, or you know, if your feet are muddy or wet, whatever, it doesn't stay on there, it just drains out, which is pretty cool. And the other thing I really like is the height of the plate from the surface of the ground. So let's look at that here real quick. Look at that. That's probably maybe 4 inches. Yeah, probably about 4 inches, maybe 5, 4.5, between 4 and 5 inches. That's really important, because by the time you add the weight of a, you know, good size individual, and you know, well, how heavy is a good size? Well, I'm 250 pounds. That's a pretty good size. So the tire is going to compress a little bit, so you're going to drop. Plus, having that height, these plates won't be dragging the ground and tearing it up. So let's go ahead. We got all our parts here. Let's see what's in here real quick. You know, I'm just amazed at how fast service was from Amazon, and just really excited about getting this on, and even more because today's a rainy day, and I've just been accomplishing so many different tasks that I've been needing to do, but I've been putting it off because, you know, it hasn't been raining, and I just work. Well, you know, you got to have those off days. You got to be able to catch up and do what you need to do to keep your business going and going smoothly and operate. You know, here in a little bit, we're going to go to the bank, open up a couple of business accounts for different things. So it's important. I fixed a flat tire on one of the trucks, flat tire on the car. I put this board right here on the trailer. This is our trailer. We got other mowers, they're just not on here. There's a mower back there. So we got our Kubota WG series 36-inch walk behind, a 22-inch Toro recycler. So like I cut, you know, this box off right here. or this little plywood there. That allows me to hop on here, you know, get the blower, and you know, not having to fall through. You can see the framing and fall through that. So it's days like this that you really allow you to do a little more for your business, things you just don't get to do when you're busy working because you're working. So anyways, all right, so we got the Sulky here. Looks like it's a white rim down there. It's kind of neat. Got some good tread. I really like this tread. I like how it's not real, it doesn't have a lot of thick, deep knobs on it, deep tread on it, so it doesn't tear up the ground. So that's, you know, that's a good size there. Nice flat pattern, so it protects that turf when you're out there working. And I really like that. Got a good thick bolt up here to connect into our other piece, which will go right in here, rotate. Got a grease fitting here, so that's good. These right here, looks like they come out. These are the brackets. So right here, it's going to go right on this little piece here. And these brackets here go on our the back of our mower, which we'll measure up the holes and see where we need them to be, and get all that taken care of. Well, all right, so we did the unboxing from Bradley Mowers. We got the single wheel mower Sulky. So let's go ahead and pull that mower off the trailer, get it connected. We're back here. We're going to get ready to install the base plate onto the machine. Now, there is a bracket here. There's that bracket, this bracket, and it looks like there's two little spacers or something like that. I'm not going to use these as far as I know. Well, I may change my mind once I drill the holes, but the bracket, the base plate that's going on, has these 4 holes, the exact same dimensions that are here, the distance and everything. So if we change our mind, we want to put those plates on there, we can, so it'll be okay. To do this step, if you're doing it by yourself, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a C-clamp, as you can see there, and I put that on the back side and on this front side, so it clamps in this way. I mean, it's this way, but this is so you see what it's doing here, and it's keeping that in place. It's a pretty heavy bracket, and we want to make sure that it's level. So here are some of the tools here you're going to need for this step. You're going to need a rubber mallet, a Sharpie marker, a level with a magnetic strip here, some drill bits, or actually a drill bit, and a good solid strong drill. As you can see, I like Dewalt. There'll be a link in the description of all these different products. I bought all these products at Lowe's except that. As you can see, the HDX, I bought that at a tool set from Home Depot, but you could buy those anywhere, Walmart, hardware store, HEB's got levels, you know, wherever. But anyways, this is if you're doing it by yourself. You'll definitely need that level. Well, you need the level for sure. The clamp is what you need if you're going to be doing it by yourself. And even if it's a 2-person job, it may be better if you go ahead and have that clamp, because once you get it in place and you get it level up and down and both ends, and then space left to right, center into the machine, then you want to mark the holes with your markers. So it would be very hard to try to hold that in one spot, keep a level, and put your marker where it needs to go. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and lower this camera here so you can see what we're doing. Get you a little closer to the scene. Alright. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see here. Alright. So as we can see here, it's a little wider on this side than this side. So we're going to use our rubber mallet. That's just going to move it over. You don't want to use a regular metal hammer because it'll damage this. It'll chip off the paint, which helps, you know, prevent rust from surfacing. So rubber mallet here, you can use either end. Doesn't matter. Alright, and then we want to check our distance. Make sure our distance is good on that guy. So let's see here, what can we use? We use a little bit of tape measure here. Alright, so let's just go onto the end here. You're looking at 1 1/4 on that end. 1 and not quite 1/4 yet, so we need to bring it more this way. Okay, that was quite a bit. Alright, so let's check it again. We got 1 1/8. Got 1 1/4. So let's go back this way. Alright, let's try that. It's so important to make sure everything is square when you do your projects here. Alright, so we got 1 1/4 on both sides. Alright, so now that part is done. We want to check the height going up and down. Once we get that locked into place, and then make sure we're level going this way, then we're ready to go ahead and use our marker and mark our holes. Alright, so we want to bring this down here a little bit. Alright, get this flat here. Alright, we're getting there. Alright, let's see here. I can feel that lip underneath there. So let's go ahead and put our level on here and see where we're at. That's pretty level right there. And that's pretty good. That's right in that center right there. Okay, let's check one more time over here. That's good. Make sure we're not on any weld there. Okay, probably. There we go. Oops. That might get there. Oh, there we go. That's right on the money. Alright, so now, okay, let's check that. That lip feels pretty consistent. Let's see here. What we're doing is we're checking feeling the lip underneath here. As you can see, hopefully you can see, we want to make sure that's about the same on both sides. It sure feels like it. Alright. Let's see here. Okay, it's pretty darn close. Okay, so now I think we're ready to go ahead and put our little markers on here. Although I think I'm going to come down a little further down because this space right here is pretty shallow, and if you drill too close to this round over part right here and that bolt gets in there, you're not going to have room for that head on that back side or the nut part to be able to get on there and tighten. So we're going to drop down just a little bit. We got some room. Okay. That's definitely better. You want to make sure you got enough room there. Okay, let's see here. How are we looking? Alright. Oh, we went the wrong way. Alright, that's close there. Alright, so we need to come down maybe a tad bit more. Alright. Alright, I think that'll do it there. Let's check our level. We need to come up. Alright, let's check this side here. Alright, that's pretty darn good. Okay, I think we are ready to go ahead and put our marker on here. So we're going to take our Sharpie marker, and you want to place it right in the center of that, as center as you can, because that's right where you're going to put your pilot hole on your drill bit. I like to take this marker and lean it up against kind of the frame here, as you can see, and it helps kind of slide it in there steady and mark the center of that hole. Let's see here. Here we go. That'll be it right there. Okay. Alright, so we got those marked, as you can see. So when you get a pilot hole, okay, you want to start fairly small, but you don't have to go too small. So we got a lot of different selections here. Now, the bolt that we have is going to be this guy right here. So that's going to be the main one. So our pilot hole, I'd say we probably go, smaller than that. You can go half or whatever, but we're going to go this guy right here. It's going to be a 5/32. Okay, pull that guy out. Let's go ahead and get that Dewalt drill plugged in real quick. All right, so we got our back you guys up here a little bit. Got our drill going here. We're going to go ahead and get this baby in. All right, let's see here. Got our chuck. That's our 5/36 here. Let's get this. Now this drill is a Dewalt hammer drill. I had to purchase it for a project I was building for a customer earlier this year. I was building an outdoor pergola, and I needed a hammer drill so I could set these concrete bolts into the concrete, and needed something to really pound through that. Alright, so I really like this. You got a depth gauge here. You could adjust a little handle you can use. Well, we're not going to need the hammer. That's really only for like concrete and stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and make sure it's selected to drill. That would be hammer. And that just allows it to go up and down. A drill just keeps it locked in. Alright, so we're not going to apply a whole lot of pressure. We're just going to let the drill do its deal. The drill bit, it's cutting and drilling, and apply some steady pressure. Keep it right in the center. Alright, I'm going to tighten this C-clamp up a little bit. Okay, and put this on reverse there so it doesn't back out on us. Alright, so we can go ahead and do the other ones now. I think I'm going to back this bit out just a little bit. I wish I had a longer one, but I don't. So we're going to back it out a little bit. Now this Dewalt brand is pretty darn good. These are titanium drill bits. You can buy some other ones, of course, different brand, different materials, but titanium I think is about the best on the market right now. Okay. Take it easy because it's the only bit we have. We don't want to bend it for sure. You take your time and let that drill bit do all the cutting. And when you know you're getting close, don't apply so much pressure. Now it's definitely important to wear safety glasses. I'm not wearing any right now, but you definitely want to wear safety glasses to protect your eyes. I guess I'm the bad example. Alright, may not be able to get all the way in there. Oh, he is. Okay. I wasn't sure with that bracket being there in the way. All right, 4 down, 4 to go. I had to turn the fan off so you guys could hear me. I'm sweating a lot more now. It's going to be so much better to have this Sulky on this machine. Won't be walking as much, so you're still going to walk a little bit. So you won't always be able to use the Sulky, but a lot of times you'll be able to. One more here. Last one. so I don't know if that is a little bent or if it's just not in there all the way. I'm going to say it might be a little bent here, but we'll see. Yep, so we bent that one a little bit, but that's because I didn't put it further down than right there in the shaft inside the chuck, because I didn't have one long enough. Alright, so now we're going to blow those out of the way. Let's see here, well, we won't blow them out of the way because we won't have glasses on. But you can get that out of the way a little bit with your fingers. You just don't want to press too hard and get all those metal shavings on you and cut yourself. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put the 3/8 size drill bit in here. Let's read the instructions real quick, see if it's a 3/8 or a half. Well, it doesn't say, but I have a neat little scale thing here that will tell us. I picked up this little guy here years ago. I don't even remember where, but it has all these different size holes on here. So let's see. We're thinking 3/8, right? Well, that'll fit right there. Look at that. Our other drill bit is a half. Whoops, we're going backwards. So that'd be way too big. See all that slack in there? You don't want all that. So, so 3/8 will work just fine. So our 3/8 bit will be good. That'll be great. Tighten this up. Now, since this is a longer bit, we can get that guy all the way in there, and we'll be all right. Okay. Tighten that up. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to drill one hole over here, probably this corner right here, and then we're going to put a bolt in there, and then we're going to drill this hole out right here. We're going to put bolts in there. But since I'm on this side, I'm going to go ahead and do this one first. All right. Again, you don't want to push too hard. You want to let the drill bit do the work. So now, let's get our bolt and our washer. Alright. Guys, so we got those 2 holes drilled. Perfect timing. Now we're going to go ahead and gives us a chance to use our air ratchet, our pneumatic ratchet over there. I picked up this little compressor, 4-gallon compressor, Husky brand from Home Depot maybe about a month ago. I got it for like $80. I think it was on sale. I'll have the link for that in the description. And it comes with this hose here, a couple of fittings. It's got some other cool stuff that comes with it. This is a Kobalt pneumatic wrench, socket wrench that I got, I don't know, a few days ago. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get this first one in. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this guy in. I have to drill it out a little bit more. In fact, that's probably what we'll do. A little bit. Make this a tad bit bigger. Alright, so let's try that now. Now, since we have that hole there, probably go ahead and just drop. Actually, no, let's do that there, make it a little bigger. Right. I didn't have that in between bolt side. I wish I did, but, or in between drill bit sides, but I don't have that. Alright, so let's go ahead and hammer this down. A little bit bigger, that way we don't damage those threads. Open this up. what we'll end up doing is when we drill the holes on these other guys here, okay, we'll go ahead and widen that out a little bit, and then widen these brackets out a little bit too. That way those bolts go in, and because this piece right here is in the way, we can't really turn it, widen it out a little bit. All right, so now we got a washer here, okay, and then we got our nuts. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy on. Put it on the underneath side. I'm going to have to plug that compressor cord back in because we'll end up using some of the, there we go. Make sure you don't cross thread that. You can't see it, so you just have to feel it. And even though they're locking nuts, you can still get some of it on there. So when you're getting it on there on the back, you know, you can't really see. I mean, I guess you can put your head down there and take a look, but you can feel it as it's guiding on. You can get several threads in there before finally it stops. If you get it on there, you immediately feel like it locks. The chances are you probably cross-thread it, but not damage it. Just back out and keep trying until it sets in there. You get several turns, and then you know you got it on there right. So let's go ahead and unplug that drill. Plug that compressor back in. It may get a little loud as some of that air escapes. There we go. Alright. So the nut on here is going to be a 17 millimeter and the head's going to be a 16. So get that on there. Actually, probably put this on there. Spin it around. That won't fit. Alright, so we'll have to do it this way. I don't have any open reaches, so I'll have to do it like this. Alright, so it's not a deep socket. That's about as far as it can go. I don't know if I have a deep 17. Alright, so I don't have a deep 17 socket, but we have a 5/8. Now, the 5/8 will go ahead and fit that head on that bolt right here, okay? So that'll fit where the 16 millimeter will fit as well. So, you know, we're just doing what we can. I don't have the open-end wrenches, but this guy, we're going to switch it out. We're going to put that on there, the head, and then we'll use an adjustable wrench to go ahead and get our setup here, our little guy, as best we can with what we got. Alright. Alright. So that's not super tight. We're going to get it super tight here in a minute. But we want to go ahead and make sure we can line these other guys up. Alright, that's pretty darn good right there. The holes look centered. So let's go ahead and drill out this other one. Alright, get that drill bit set up. Drill gun. Oh, just plug this guy in right there. Alright. So let's go ahead and work on this other side. Get this guy going. Maybe we can do it without having to Take that out. Let's see what we got going on here. You want to make sure you sweep that floor, get all those shavings off. Alright, there we go. So we didn't have to take that out. Just had to maneuver it a little bit. Alright, so get our wrench here. Go ahead and plug our air compressor back in. Use our pneumatic wrench here. Right now. Okay, so we got that on there. Probably a little late doing the level, but let's check the level. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, man. So we're going to go ahead and finish drilling the rest out. But before we do that, we'll probably go ahead and take this clamp off. I just want to see how our little wheel is going to hook up here. Let's just take a look real quick. Get our component. Rest of the bolts on. That's in place there. So when we get our wheel on, this is going to come up right here, lock into place. That wheel is going to swivel down right here. You'll be able to walk right behind it doing what you need to do. You'll be able to go in reverse, first, and second, and you don't need to go any faster than second. If you do, if you need to go in third gear, well, you're going to need to be on the Sulky anyway. So third gear, you're literally like doing a marathon, like the 100-meter dash going so fast. So alright, so that's pretty cool there. The last one I had, on the Encore, it didn't have this locking mechanism, but it had a chain. So it came up here and locked it to the top, but I couldn't get it into first gear. So they didn't have the bracket low enough. Anyways, it just wasn't a good setup, but this is a good setup. So, all right, that's exciting. All right, let's go ahead and get the rest of them plugged into place. All the bolts on, tightened up pretty good. Now we're going to go ahead and put the wheel on. We're just getting our plug bracket in here. Bolt somewhere, we gotta find that bolt or that nut. Like we're missing a nut somewhere. Found it. Alright, let's see here. 19, 87, no, 219. We got what we need to tighten this baby up. we were doing this video, I needed some open-end wrenches, some short ones. So we ran up to Lowe's and picked up these Kobalt set. There'll be a link in the description on these items right here. I've been needing these for quite some time. Finally got to the point where I needed them to put these bolts in. So this is a perfect time to pick those up. Two would be the highest gear you can go because of this block in the way, but I'm really liking that. Alright, let's see here, let's go ahead, it's in neutral. Hey, well, let's just go ahead and start it up. Lock on, it's choked up. Definitely comfortable walking behind it. That's good. Got plenty of room, not feel like the knees bumping. Let's see the first here. Oh yeah. Plenty of room. Alright, the only thing to do left is take it out in the grass. Let's try it out. Actually, we could probably take it out in the street and have a little bit more room. I just mowed the grass yesterday. Alright guys, let's give this a shot. this yard is not a yard that you would use the Sulky on because it's too small. You basically go in circles and you're done. So on something like this, I would just keep the Sulky hooked up to the back and just walk it. I mean, I can have both sides of this lawn done in less than 5 minutes. So using the Sulky would be a waste of time if you're having too many bumps. The Sulky is real good for properties that are a lot larger. Maybe those backyards that are real big and square or rectangle. I have a couple of customers that have an acre property, so the Sulky will be fine. Flat surface, you hit it and you go. Let's go ahead and turn this off here. On this Kubota, I just purchased it a couple days ago. You want to make sure you put the RPM as down low as you can go for at least 1 minute, and that way it doesn't backfire. It was backfiring the first day I had it, the very first time, and I couldn't figure out why, and so I called Kubota and they said, well, you got to put it down in the lowest RPM for at least 1 minute, and then that way it won't fire because there's still fuel in there, or it's still hot, or whatever it is they called it. But anyways, see, I got my Chute Blocker here, made that the other day. That's fantastic, does really well. I went ahead and cut between this flower bed and that flower bed and yesterday, and didn't get any grass in it. So this is homemade. I just made that. Picked up some 16 gauge steel, at least I think it was 16 or whatever it was, up there at Lowe's. Cut it out, bend it the way I needed it, drilled the holes. This bracket was already there to hold the discharge chute. That's part of that, of the Kubota, and I put it on there. I was going to spray paint it black, I just hadn't got around to it. But anyway, so this is the 36-inch walk behind Kubota. It's phenomenal. Now I'm going to get some weights to put in the front to keep the weight down. I'm probably going to need maybe probably a 30 or 50 pound weight system to put in the front, which they do make those kits, and that way it'll keep the front end down, because I'm a pretty big guy, so it will want to bounce up a little bit. But as long as you're on those flat surfaces, it'll be fine. So the Mower Sulky, the single wheel here, I really like it. I definitely like it better than the two wheel. It's not as sensitive, and I really like that bracket that's on there. The last one did not have that. Let's show you guys what it looks like when it's hooked up there. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and turn that down there. And now this part right here is caved that way, so it should hook right up. Might have to pull this out a little bit. And it goes right into place. Then of course you can walk behind it, so we'll go ahead and, I didn't film that part, but we can go ahead and do that. That way you guys can see that it's not in the way. I'm happy with the fact that I can walk around behind it and not bump my shins and my knees and my legs on the Sulky, so that's pretty good. I can't wait to try it. It's been raining the last 3 days, including today, so it's too wet to cut grass right now. Well, I take that back. There is a property I could go cut. It's one of my commercial properties. I don't know if I'd be able to finish it, but probably I do need to do it. It'd probably be worth just giving it a try so I can get familiar with it. We might go ahead and do that. But anyway, so that's my review on the Sulky.
We're gonna see if maybe we can get some footage later of me on some of the properties with it, but it was pretty easy to install. Just follow those few guidelines that I had. It didn't come with any instructions. I don't think it really needed any. It seemed pretty simple to follow. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. I haven't made any videos in several weeks because I've been so busy. I'm up to 50 customers now, taking care of them all by myself. 50 customers a month, regular, so that's a lot. I'm probably gaining probably 3 or 4, if not more, a week. So I have several we're ready to go this week that are brand new, ready for estimates, but I can't because of all the rain. So I think we're going to load this up and give it a try at our commercial property and see how it goes. Other than that, appreciate you guys watching, and for those who have subscribed, I really appreciate that. If you have any ideas of how I might be able to make better videos, just let me know. Other than that, I'm Kevin with Texas Veteran Lawn Service, and we'll see you guys in the next one.